My name is Assel. I was a girl who believed in the saying love requires sacrifice. Influenced by romantic dramas, I had a beautiful, ideal image of love in my mind. In my first year of university, I fell in love with a guy 2 years older than me. His attention, tenderness, and the way he spoke to me were special, romantic and sweet, only with me. This kind of affection made me love him naturally. For example, whenever we were in a group, he would ask only about my likes. He brought me coffee every morning, shared his meals with me, remembered my birthday and all my important, and even unimportant, occasions. He always checked on me, asked about my presence or absence. That's how he was before the relationship. But after we got into one, things started to change. He began showing signs of jealousy. Don't talk to this guy. Don't sit with males in the group when I'm not around. Don't wear that. Don't go out without me. All of these orders were justified as signs of his deep love for me. Then he proposed to me. My family refused, because they saw how controlling he was, and how scared I was of his anger. But I insisted. I told them I would marry him no matter what. I even threatened to hurt myself. My love for him was blind. I couldn't accept that he might not be right for me, or that I deserved someone much better. I kept crying to my father until he agreed, on one condition. That I accept the consequences of this decision, no matter what. I was so happy. I thought I'd be the happiest woman in the world because I was going to marry the man I loved. His parents didn't oppose the marriage. We held a simple wedding with only family in attendance. He had already graduated and started working, while I still had 1 year left before graduation. He made me cut off my friends. I even fought with them because they were against the marriage. He convinced me that they were just jealous and didn't want me to live a beautiful love story. The first month of marriage was wonderful. Then he started yelling at me in front of his family. Later, he'd apologize in private. But over time, the apologies faded, and the yelling became constant. Then came the slaps, then the pushing, until I was being physically abused every single day. And for those wondering about my family, I started visiting them less and less because they hated him. Whenever I told my mother or sisters, they would say, "You chose this, you have to live with it." I was exhausted. Tired of the humiliation and the insults. I cried and regretted not listening to my family and my friends. I couldn't continue my studies, he strongly refused. He said, "Why study and work? I can pay for everything." He warned me never to tell my family anything. He threatened to take away my child if I ever spoke up. The abuse continued even during my pregnancy. I told his family. But they said, "It's a private matter between husband and wife. We can't interfere." Things stayed the same. Even after my child turned 3. One day, while cleaning the house, I found his phone. He had forgotten it. I opened it. And I was shocked. So many betrayals. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't take it. I confronted him. At first, he apologized, blaming me. "You don't love me like before. That's why." But how could I still love someone who abused me in every way, physically, emotionally, mentally? I asked him to take me back to my parents' house. He refused. Instead, he started beating me like never before. My child started screaming. His beating was savage. Then, he left the house to go get me medicine. How insane. He beats me, then goes to get me medicine. As soon as he left, I called my father, crying, screaming. I told him everything. He came immediately, with my brothers. They couldn't hold back their anger. They beat him so badly he ended up with broken bones. My father scolded me for not telling him sooner. He always knew the man wasn't right for me. But he never imagined he'd dare to hit his favorite daughter. We went straight to the hospital. I had many tests and medical reports done. I filed an official case of abuse. Now, I live a happy life. After the divorce, I moved back with my family. I won the abuse case and custody of my son easily. I completed my studies. Today, I work at a prestigious company. My mother and sisters deeply regret what they said before. They now shower my son with love, kindness, and attention, something his father never gave him. I also apologize to my friends. And now, I'm living the best life I could have ever imagined. As the owner of this channel, I say this from the heart. Dear girls, always listen to your parents. They're not just there to bless your marriage. They see things we can't. They've lived, experienced marriage, and witnessed both the happy and toxic ones. Love, at some point, becomes blind. You stop noticing red flags. Some people pretend to care. They act kind and accepting. Until they know you love them unconditionally. Then they change. They start controlling you under the name of jealousy or love. They scream and blame you. But in reality, they are toxic, harmful, and sick. Real love does not hurt. It doesn't isolate. It doesn't control. So please, listen to your parents and true friends if what they say makes sense. Because sometimes, their eyes see what our hearts refuse to.